All right, hopefully we're back. Let me grab a new link for everyone to go follow. Sorry about that. Yeah. Right, let's try this again. Hey, testing. Hey, Crypto Storm. Okay, sorry about that. So I recently moved places, so I'm in a new place now, and the street that I'm living on now, they've been doing like upgrades to the network lines under the road. So it's all fiber optic, and they've like, as each new house connects to the network, they seem to like bring it down. They pull the network down momentarily and then connect them up, and then it's up again. So I think that's what's going on. I've seen them working on the street the last couple of days, so I do apologize for the interruption. Thank you, Crispy. Appreciate that. So yeah, where were we? We were talking about market structure. We were talking about how these lows were sort of the line in the sand at the moment, at least on the daily time frame. The dip we've just had has come nowhere near to threaten, this $90,000 level. And I'm not saying that it can't come down to do that, but I mean, look at we've got an hour left, an hour and 10 minutes left of today's candle, and this is the daily chart. Look at the tail on that thing. Look at the buyback. If we go down to the hourly time frame, you can see that there is already structure off that dip. We had a hammer here, you've had a low, and then you've had a higher low. So you've got L and then HL. So you've already got the themes of bouncing and coming back up. We've had a high set in, and we're currently working on breaking structure back, continuing to create a higher high. What matters is how this next push pulls back, because we want to make sure that we maintain higher lows, and that is what will throw us into, coming back up into contention with the rest of the market. So, by the way, this dip was not the fault of cryptocurrency. This was not a crypto thing. This was a stock market thing. The stock market apparently freaked out about some Chinese AI company called DeepSeek or something like that. Apparently they're able to run and achieve more than OpenAI and all of the American AI companies. They were able to achieve that on a fraction of the cost. So it cost them barely anything to achieve the same output, which has been a big fear, a big shake-up in the AI sector, in the stock market, like Nvidia, for example. So with all that aside, I think it's just the market was looking for some reason to have a correction, because we've been running pretty hot for the past few weeks. Look, Bitcoin's already back above $100,000. We're creeping up on 102 right now. So I don't think I don't think crypto necessarily needs to crash and turn around and go home after this. Like we're still bull marketing. Anyway, let me go to XRP as well, because XRP is a similar story. Like what I've seen, a very interesting feature on XRP actually. If I go to the hourly chart, check out these little wick pivots that we've had. We had one here. I'm going to call this A. And then you had another wick down here. I'm going to call that B. Now, when you draw a trend line, which I have between those two, A and B, it produces a C moment or a C opportunity. So it's like, okay, where's that? Boom, right there. Look at that. It's like perfection. It hits perfectly at C. Like, we had A and B set in all the way back at Donald Trump's inauguration. Like, so we knew that we had this trend line set in, and look how many days have passed, like a whole week has passed, and we already, like, you know, it was already there for us to take. So that's pretty cool. This is why this is why trend lines can be fun, a lot of fun. Now, the devastating thing was that this trend line, this one here, didn't hold, and you know, they're not guaranteed to hold ever. And there's all sorts of different angles that you can be looking at. You know, you can be looking at, you know, the situation between these 2 points, which broke. You can be looking at the situation between, you know, say that point up here and say there, or like across here. Like, so it's like, how do you really know where to draw it? I mean, I don't think it's silly to have a bunch of them drawn, like, because you want to sort of see, okay, what's the price actually respecting? What's it reacting to? But yeah, you've even got a trend line between, you know, these extremes right here, which is actually creating a little bit of traffic right here. Now, as I've zoomed out here, I've just noticed something else on XRP. Check it out. It's an inverse head and shoulders. So you've got, you know, that there, and then you've got the head, and then you've got the neckline, which has already been busted. We've already broken the inverse head and shoulders neckline, and we are trending up. Now, a measured move would take us back, you know, if we use this as a little measuring stick at the breakout point, this takes us back to, you know, $3.30 and beyond. So let's, yeah, that's just a little idea, little inverse head and shoulders, you know, forming there. Now, I don't know if anyone was around to see it, but in my Discord channel notifications, I typed out BTFD, buy the fucking dip. That was yesterday, my time at 4:02 p.m. It may have been a little early, but let's go find where 4:02 p.m. is yesterday, and I'll circle it where I actually put out the message to buy the fucking dip. Where's 4:02? It was a little early. It was in here somewhere. Where's 4:02? It's in here. There's 4 o'clock. There's, okay, 4:02, right here. So this is where I put out the little bat signal. The signal to buy the dip. A little bit early, a little bit ambitious, but for the most part, you know, we saw a bit more action. There was a bit further leg down, but you know, if you sort of take these market moves for what they are, and dips in a bull market are for the purpose of buying, I feel. Even if it takes you some, like, multiple buys, like you scatter in, you level in, or if you're sensible about it, you can wait for evidence of a higher low, which is right here. So you could have got in this cluster. You know, this is the sensible buy over here, because it's like, you don't just buy the first, like, you know, fingers crossed moment of, oh, hopefully that was the end, and then you're in. Like, you want a little bit of evidence, a little bit of reason behind it. So yeah, but I guess, yeah, this happened when you guys were sleeping in the US. Let me just change this to your time zone in New York, for instance, Eastern. So this happened at 1 a.m. in the morning, when I said buy the fucking dip. You guys were probably asleep. The real dip happened Like the lowest point was 2:30 a.m. You guys were all sound asleep. And yeah, you woke up to, so if you woke up at about, 7 a.m. or something, the market was still like quite low down here. So lots of opportunity to get in and buy that dip, and still is, I think. It's not the best price, but at least it's something. Let's zoom out a little bit. One moment, just got to reply to something, text message. All right, so sorry about that. So let's do a little bit of Fibonacci research right here, because we do have an extreme low that we had back on the 14th of January. We had the highest price that Bitcoin's ever gone, just under 110,000 over here. So that's our all-time high. That was on Inauguration Day, by the way. So look at that hype train though, leading up into the Trump inauguration right there. That is a buy the rumor or buy the calendar event. And not to mention, it had a sell the news style correction too, didn't it? It sort of, you got the downside, you got the lower high, an extra test of the downside. Yeah, it had it all. We even had a triangle that we were trying to build, like some kind of bull pennant. Which obviously failed, and that's not because of Bitcoin. Remember, this was not crypto's fault, I don't think. This was this whole, narrative of the AI war between China and USA, stock market bullshit. So it wasn't Bitcoin's fault, and this is why Bitcoin's coming back up to where it was, working on anyway. If this was Bitcoin's fault, we'd probably be, threatening these lows down here. If this was a cryptocurrency event, then yeah, we would be probably freaking out further. But look, most of the market's almost back to where it was. What do we got? We got an hour left until daily close. I dare say some of the big altcoins are still dipped pretty heavy. Especially the memes. Yeah. What's that up? 11% up. That was, what was it? Peng, P-E-N-G is up 11%. Interesting. What's down 12? Core. Pepe's down pretty heavy. All right, getting sidetracked. So yeah, smash up the like button, guys. We've got 19 people in here. Hit it up, hit up that like button. Check out, okay, look at all these bullish engulfing candles. Like, this is confidence right here. That's a confidence candle, so is that. Pullback, yes, there was a pullback, teasing around $100,000, but, we're sort of established a low, I feel. We've established a low here and then a higher low, so that's looking good so far. Can it still be a dead cat? Yes. Anything can happen, right? You can sort of lose the lows, but yeah, man, I think we're looking pretty good. We're still looking bullish overall. If you go to the 4-hour chart, to me, this doesn't spell anything to be concerned about. You had a low here, a high here, a pullback here, which is a higher low, and then, a potential continuation. If we, there's still a lot of candles to play out, and it's early to say where it's going to go, but yeah, so far we're okay. We're doing all right. We do have something coming up on the calendar though, and that is, if I go to crypto calendar, not Bybit, calendar. Let's have a look. So we got Thursday, January 30th. So this is my time frame, my time zone, but it's the US federal funds rate. So the FOMC forecast to be a pause. Most likely there's like 97% confidence that it's just going to be a pause to the rate. There's no cut coming. So maybe there's going to be a little bit of like a Fed whipsaw kind of thing, but overall I don't think it's going to cause much upset. It's, you know, it's already getting priced in, no doubt. I think it's going to be a nothing burger at the end of the day. Like when it all smooths out, it's going to be like, oh, it didn't really do anything. The bigger thing to me is GDP. We've got advanced GDP for the fourth quarter of last year. Look at that. It's predicted, forecast to be a 2.7. That's healthy. That's nowhere near recession. That is still growth for the country. 2.7. You know, the last report came in at a 2.8, which I think, what did that get corrected to? Anyway, the point is we're not threatening a recession. A recession is when you get a negative percent result here. Like when's the last time a recession came in? 2022, our bear market. Look, 2 quarters of negative growth. Ever since then, we've just had, you know, positive, you know, regardless of whether these numbers are green or red, all of these are positive numbers. 2.7 is good. You know, things are functioning as normal. So there's nothing, I don't think there's any like scary headwinds to be concerned of. I think crypto and the market at large, like the stock market, let me open up a SPY chart, S&P 500. I think things, and like the NASDAQ as well. Where's the NASDAQ? This is the NASDAQ. Let's zoom out on the weekly chart. So yeah, it's still grinding on up. There's been no major turnaround yet. You know, even this was even more severe of a drop, as was this, right? But still, these are just higher lows in an overall, you know, bull market. So we're still violently up and very optimistic and positive growth. So don't let it panic you. We've had so many of these. I put out a picture last night, and I do apologize if it offends anyone, because I've written some naughty words on there. But I'm going to bring that picture up. Let me find it. Posted it not that long ago, but this should be nothing new. Look, this is since January of 2024. You know, we've had a lot of these scary drawdown, you know, day after day. This is the daily chart, by the way. A lot of these pullbacks along the way, but look, we're still climbing and growing the market, the Bitcoin market. So, and you know, crypto's following with that, with Bitcoin. So yeah, this is just the most recent pullback that has got everyone in a panic for some reason. So don't panic is all I'm saying. Zoom out, check the bigger picture. We're still very healthy, we're still up, and bull markets aren't a straight line. You know, they have drama, it's a journey. So that's all I can say. Without repeating myself too much, I think, yeah, we just have to wait for this recovery to come in. Hopefully we do get a full recovery. But yeah, this is looking like, look at even this. Okay, if I go to the 4-hour chart and look at this parallel, like this is basically a parallel between these two yellow lines, right? It's a parallel. It kind of looks like a bull flag, right? So if we bust out through this trend line here, that's going to be like game on for me, at least. And that's on XRP. So big old fat bull flag. I still think, you know, the market's gonna march on. Yeah, let's see how January, because we're in January right now. We'll see how January wraps up. Let's go to the monthly time frame. Hide all these lines so we can actually see the candles. Look at that. January has been fantastic. Not as amazing as November. November was incredible. December was like full of drama, but January still, with 4 days left of the month, very strong. Let's do the same for Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitcoin monthly chart. Turn off the drawings and zoom in a little. Yeah. December was even a red candle. Like a gravestone looking, like an inverse hammer at the top. Very scary candle. But January has sort of, with 4 days left, has come up and it's engulfing at least the body with green. So don't be too scared just yet. I think we're okay. I think we got treated to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row of upside on Bitcoin. We paid for it here with the bull flag, but then we've just come off the back of a 3-month push out of that bull flag. Brief hesitation in December, and then January is like a continuation, I feel, of this. Now, and if you're an Elliott wave analyst, this could be like, you know, a wave 1, wave 2, and then we're still building our wave 3 potentially. There's going to be a wave 4 and then maybe a 5th wave, which takes us to the all-time high, you know, later in this year. But there's so many ways to carve up, you know, a Elliott wave analysis. Like you could even say this was wave 1, that was the pullback. That's wave 3. That's a wave 4, and then we're in the 5th wave right now, and we're figuring out where the high is before an ABC correction, or like, you know, A, B, C, and then something else after that. But yeah, that's something that I'm not very proficient with, Elliott wave analysis. But anyway, hopefully this stream has helped you a little bit with sentiment and getting a bit of perspective and reassurance, perhaps. What do I think of Doge? Let's have a look at Doge. I'm going to wrap this stream up soon, but it's good to come in here and touch base with you guys again. It's good to keep it brief too. This has been like, what, 20 minutes, 23 minutes? That is plenty of time to get the idea across. Can you see XRP on its daily candle just before what have we got, 49 minutes left? Look at that candle. Look how beautiful that looks as it's in the running to become a potential hammer. Look at the size of that tail. Gorgeous. And by the way, I'm still in it from this dashed green line. I'm not trying to brag or anything, I'm just saying this is what happened. It's been very gut-wrenching to see it come up all the way to $3.40 and then rewind almost, you know, beyond 50% back. Me taking no profits yet, no profits on the top. I'm still in it 100% at this level. So this got real scary. I was in a bit of a panic. But, you know, I was going to be like, okay, look, I'll stop it out in profit if it does come down. But yeah, for the most part, it's still alive. It's come back up, thank God. And hopefully it gets that breakout that we're looking for. Okay, Dogecoin, before I forget. Let's go. Dogecoin. So I think Dogecoin very much needs Bitcoin's guidance. If you get, let me open up a stacked view. Let's go Dogecoin on top, Bitcoin on bottom. We'll line them up. Can you see the rhythm of Bitcoin gets echoed by Dogecoin pretty much for the most part. So if Bitcoin goes back into price discovery and starts ripping new all-time highs, Doge is not going to be far behind. Doge is going to follow that sentiment. So keep your eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, you know, as it has always been and will be into the rest of this year at least, is the king and is what everyone looks to for crypto sentiment. That's where Bitcoin first, right? Some people hate that. It just is what it is. You know, get comfortable. That's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is the king, and it's the most dominant, and it seems to pull, has the most influence overall. So we'll go back to full screen Dogecoin. So this was a key level, this orange dashed line here, which is about 31 cents, maybe 30.8 cents. That's been a very critical low. So I'd be marking that if you haven't already on your chart, because that is like kind of the line in the sand at the moment. It's like, yes, we did have this wick down, but for the most part, most of the price action has been supported at this level. And yeah, we came in to retest that. And by the way, what a beautiful swing fail it had just below this previous low here. Like, look, that one, even this one got swing failed. Swing failed just means that it's gone a little bit beyond the previous lows. So it's only these three that didn't get challenged or threatened. But yeah, really cool off the local low, like the more recent low, swing low. And you got this, you know, swing fail. Reason to bounce. Oh, one more thing that I'll look at before I wrap this up is the heat map. We want to look at the liquidation heat map on Bitcoin. You know, look at that. Look at all that short liquidity building on the high side. So we've got all these shorts to come and stop out. You know, there wasn't a hell of a lot of long liquidity. You know, this dump. And this, like I said, this is not the fault of crypto. Like, we weren't over leveraged really. Like, we even dealt with the long leverage at this level here. This is where I was saying to buy the fucking dip. Around here, right? But then we got this extra leg down. There wasn't a hell of, you can see there wasn't a hell of a lot of long liquidity left after it already grabbed all this and dipped, you know? So we've truly wound out a lot of that long leverage. We've actually, look at this. This is all the new leverage that's come in. People that did buy the dip, like this is the evidence of people buying the dip, right? All of this color down here. And look at all this rich color up here. This is all the short liquidity that either has to stop out, close the shorts, or take profit on the shorts, or risk being liquidated all the way up to like 109,000, you know, the all-time high. So zoom out a little bit more. I just want to see like other perspectives, like higher time frames for liquidity. Yeah, look at all that. So yes, there is some still below, but look how bright it's getting up here for the shorts. It's like, where's the market maker want to take it? I think there's money to be grabbed on both sides, but look how bright it is up here for shorts. XRP, we'll see if there's not as much leverage played on XRP as there is Bitcoin, but yeah, look at the reasons to come up to $3.40 again. Look at all of that short liquidity on XRP, and look how violent and quickly it's trying to come back. This is why I'm in an XRP position. Look, it's the only green one out of all of this list here. These are all like the blue chips, the big cryptos. XRP, big fast buyback, kind of bullish, I think, but yeah, we'll see how the rest. We're early in the week. It's only Monday. It's only been Monday, so we've still got the rest of the weekdays. The market, the stock market, still has to do its thing. Let's go to the SPY real quick, and then I'll wrap the stream up. Look at okay, this was the gap down. This is what caused the panic. Look at that huge giant gap right down there. we seem to have stalled out and, you know, put the brakes on for now, which was in line with this trend line here, this huge, whopping big trend line that's climbing up. So we came and got in contact with it, found support at it for now, and then we have to see if we're gonna, you know, undo all the mess of the Monday morning. It was quite a mess. But anyway, that pretty much covers it. I'm still bullish. It's been a little bit of a scare, but yeah, let's see how the rest of the week pans out. I'll try and do a few more streams this week now that I'm settled into my new place. Got the computer up and running. Hopefully the internet will stay connected in the future and with no dropouts. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.